Hi, everybody. This is Rhonda Larson from Beautiful Healing Journey, and I thought I would do another video today. This is, maybe I should say, a part two from the last video I did on Monday. I had some people ask me after they saw the video on Monday what they can actually do if they do get sick. So this is just a video to show you some things that you can actually do therapeutically if you do come down with a flu or really any illness too. The first thing that I always recommend for flu on hand is get yourself some of this. You can get this at pharmacy, health food store. A lot of grocery stores now carry it. It's called Acylococcinum. It's a homeopathic remedy it's actually made from the heart and liver of a specific kind of duck. And the thought is basically that most specific birds carry all known viruses known to man. So by taking this remedy, it actually helps to help your body to fight the flu. So what I tell people to do is, I'm going to come over here. This is within this box. You're going to get a whole bunch of little remedies. You don't have to get a big box like this, but you can get a small box. But these are little single vials. And if you feel like you're getting sick, you want to actually take a whole vial of this. It's filled with little tiny sand pellets. They taste like sugar pellets, so they taste actually pretty good. But you want to take it and you want to leave it under your tongue, and you want to try not to have anything in your mouth 5 to 10 minutes before or after taking this remedy. If you're feeling like you're getting symptoms of the flu, you want to be taking a whole vial every 1 to 2 hours for the first 24 hours. Sometimes they even say 24 to 36 hours, depending on the symptoms. But that's why having a big box is handy in case somebody in your home comes down with the flu. But taking this remedy actually has been shown to cut down on the duration of the flu by several days for some people. So this is just a really great remedy to have on hand. So that's one thing. And I talked about this on Monday. This is good old wonderful elderberry syrup. This is another thing that you can be taking if you do have symptoms of the flu. It's a wonderful preventative, but you also can take it when you have symptoms. So if you have symptoms of the flu, you want to be taking about a tablespoon of this every hour for at least probably the first day, at least for the first 12 hours. And continue taking it until your symptoms are gone. And then we have over here, I have 3 other remedies here. If you're new to homeopathy, that's probably another video that I should do sometime. But these are 3 fever remedies that I love. Let me steady these here. When my children were babies and little, I used to give these 3 remedies to them. But it's not just for children or babies, it's for adults as well. But it's belladonna, and the other one is aconitum, and the other one is bryonia. And you want to get the potency of 30C for each one. But these 3 remedies, basically, they're all for different types of fevers. When taken together, they actually help to combat or help to heal whatever type of fever you have. So what I do for children, and I actually do this for adults as well, or kids, you actually take 2 to 3 pellets from each of these little vials, and you put it in about an ounce of purified water. Just kind of let the pellets dissolve into that ounce of water. And you want to, once they're dissolved, then you start spooning it into your baby or your child or yourself or whoever's sick. You want to take about a teaspoon of that liquid. You can take a teaspoon every 10 to 15 minutes. You want to do it more than actually not. So when you're first getting the fever, you want to do it, probably a couple times every half hour until you see the fever coming down. You cannot overdose on these actually. So you can take these during the flu while you're having the fever. But the reason I usually have people put it in water is because it actually helps the dilution of the homeopathic remedies, actually helps it to become even stronger and more potent. That's something really fascinating about homeopathic remedies. So it actually potentizes the homeopathic remedies even more by doing that. You don't have to do that. You can take them all singly if you want, but you want to try to do that if you can. It's a good little trick. Great to get into kids as well. And it tastes sweet, so it's nice tasting as well. Then we come over here to some teas that I have. So 3 classic teas for, this is, an old herbalist trick for getting fevers down. Elderflower, yarrow, and peppermint. Mixing these 3 fever teas together, they're all called diaphoretics. Diaphoretics actually help you to sweat, and by sweating it actually helps to break a fever. So you actually take equal parts of all of these herbs and you put it in, I usually just put like a spoonful of each of them, like maybe a tablespoon of each of them into a pint of water. Pour the boiling water over it, let it steep for, maybe half an hour, and then start drinking it. You want to drink about a cup of this tea. You want to drink it pretty often, maybe about a cup every 15 to 20 minutes. Drink it as hot as you can, because you want to when you're drinking it hot, it actually helps to make you sweat even more. By raising the temperature of the body and making you sweat, it actually, like I said, it helps to break the fever quicker. And if you don't have these herbs, just even use peppermint. You get peppermint tea at any health food store or grocery store if you don't have yarrow and elderflower. But just even doing peppermint, that's fine too. But making sure you're drinking at least one of these diaphoretic teas. Elderflower is from the elderberry bush that makes elderberries. The flowers usually bloom in May. And they are very medicinal. Almost, I like them just as much as the berries. They have different qualities. They're great for fevers. So anyway, these 3 herbs are great for helping the body to become diaphoretic, which makes it sweat and helps to break a fever. Chamomile is also a good one too. So chamomile, you can do that. Chamomile is great for kids. If they have a fever, it's very calming. Plus it is also a diaphoretic that helps to break a fever as well. So you can make a tea with that one too. Then we come over here to, what I have over here, in the middle here, I've been talking a lot about pine lately. Making a pine needle tea is wonderful if you have a cough, or as an expectorant, you can drink it. Adding lemon juice to that. Lemon juice helps to cut mucus, helps to break up phlegm. Ginger is wonderful. If you're really congested nasally, you can grate this into steaming hot water and put a towel over your head and breathe in the vapors from the ginger water, and it will really help to open up your sinuses. Just make sure you don't burn your face. Just make sure it's cool enough that it's not going to hurt your face when you're putting the towel on your head and steaming it. But that's a really great little trick to open up your sinuses. What I have here in the middle, here's some bone broth, here's some juice. Something I always remind people, if you're sick, don't eat. It might sound strange, but I think a lot of people think they have to keep their strength up when they're sick, but really the best thing, and this is something I learned in my naturopathic training, when you're sick, your body needs all that energy to actually heal itself. And when you're eating, the energy that your body needs to heal goes to your digestive system to digest the food that you're eating. So stop eating and drink lots of fluids. Drink your juices, drink bone broth, drink hot teas. You can have light soups, broths, stews that are very easy to digest if you are feeling hungry. But just very important, because that's actually, you'll get better quicker if you don't eat. So just really trying to nourish yourself with liquids and rest is the best thing that you can be doing. Staying hydrated, and just save the eating for when you're feeling better and when your fever breaks. When you have a fever, your body's trying to fight something and it's trying to get better. So save that energy for healing. So just a really important tip there. Then we have over here, if you have, okay, so this is something too that is another great herbal remedy here, naturopathic remedy. If you have a fever, you can also drink ginger tea or a warming tea, like cayenne or ginger, and drink those teas hot. Get into a hot bath. I know this sounds probably something like you haven't heard before, but you want to get into a hot bath. You can drink these teas before and during your bath. Make the water as warm as you can stand it. And make sure you have somebody with you when you're doing this, because if you're sick and you're getting in and out of a hot tub, you can feel a little faint. So make sure you do not do this alone. And this is for adults. Most of these things here are for adults. I'm not, I could do another video for children, but this is mostly adult information here. But drinking a tea to warm you, get in a hot tub and sweat as much as you can for about 20 minutes. And then what you do, this is called a wet sock, fever sock hot treatment. You get out of the hot tub and make sure your bathroom is as warm as you can, as you can make it. You don't want to get a chill when you get out of the water, but you want to. This is where somebody helping you will come in handy. Have them soak cotton socks in ice cold water. So you have 2 pairs of socks here. Soak the cotton socks in ice cold water, and you put your feet, so as soon as you get out of the bathtub and you quickly dry off, you stay warm, put these ice cold socks on your feet and put these wool socks over top. You're going to keep the wool socks dry. You're going to put the wool socks over the ice cold wet cotton socks. You're going to wrap yourself in, you can have a cotton or a wool bathrobe on, put a hat on your head, get into your bed, try to make sure your bed is warm, wrap yourself in wool blankets, and this is an old treatment that works very well. You will be sweating a lot during this treatment. What the purpose of this is, this helps to break open that fever, and it makes you those diaphoretics I was telling you about. This is a really strong diaphoretic treatment as well. It's called a hydrotherapy treatment during illness. Your socks will be dry in a couple hours, and a lot of times when you wake up from that, you're going to feel a lot better. Sometimes people's fever even completely breaks and goes away. Now, one thing you do want to remember, if you wake up in the middle of the night and your clothing is soaking, wet because you've sweated so much, get out of those clothes and put something dry on so you don't get a chill. But just, it's just a wonderful treatment that you can do. In traditional Chinese medicine, this is called releasing the exterior. This treatment is, and when you're drinking diaphoretic teas or what have you to break up a fever, what that means, it's opening up your body's elimination to release the pathogen, which is pretty cool. Your body, you're releasing some of those exterior layers of your body by sweating, and the pathogens can then be released. So something great that you can do. So just remember that. Another thing here, if your fever is extremely high and, you don't want to get into the tub, or if it's too much, that's fine. Lavender flowers, you can make a tea from lavender flowers. Just pour the hot boiling water over the lavender flowers, maybe like a good spoonful, and drink that tea. Let it steep for about 15 to 20 minutes and drink the tea. Lavender is a refrigerant to the body, so it cools the body down. Or lavender essential oil. You can put lavender essential oil on your feet. You can put it on a cool cloth and put that on your forehead to help, cool your body down too. Just keep the cloth cool as much as you can. And then we have here, last thing. This is everybody's favorite thing to talk about, but this is actually an enema container. This is just a fleece enema that you can get at any pharmacy or grocery store. The reason I have this is because you actually bring it home and you empty out the fleece. It's just salt water inside, but you want to empty that out. And you want to fill this with one of these diaphoretic teas. Either the peppermint, yarrow, elderflower, or a mixture of all of them, or the chamomile tea. You want to make a strong tea and use this as an enema, actually. You're going to hold that enema rectally for, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can expel it. But the reason for that is because I have seen people's temperatures go down very quickly, sometimes 1 degree and, or a couple degrees, even just after doing that. When you introduce liquids into the rectum through an enema, you are, it's basically, your colon actually absorbs nutrients and liquids, kind of like when you're getting an IV, like your veins. So when you're introducing, these herbs into these herbal teas into your, doing an enema, it can really help to cool the body. It can help to actually hydrate the body. It helps and it also helps your body to release toxins, because you're carrying a lot of toxins, obviously, in your colon if your bowels aren't moving. So just a great little tip that you can do. You don't have to do it, but it's something that I have been recommending to a lot of people that have been sick over the years. And I do usually recommend, some of my patients do coffee enemas when they're detoxing, but this is not the time you want to be doing a coffee enema, because your body, coffee actually can be dehydrating to the body. So you want to be introducing things that are hydrating and healing and helping with that like diaphoretic effect. The other thing real quick I want to mention, if you are having a hard time getting over a cold or the flu, if it's lagging on, remember to be taking some herbs to help your lymphatic system to drain. A lot of times when you're not getting over things, because a lot of times your lymphatic system is blocked, or your other elimination organs are blocked, because when you've been sick, your body has to release a lot of that bacteria and virus and all those cellular tissues, basically, that your body has broken down and is trying to get rid of. And if your body is not getting well quick enough, then just, encouraging you to drink some teas or take some tinctures or some remedies to help your lymphatic system to drain. Cleaver tea is good, red clover tea, echinacea is wonderful for helping to get the lymph to flow. I have some lymphatic decongestants that I give to my patients. If that's something that you need, feel free to give me a call. But that's another really important thing to remember as well. And I'm just gonna say here too, for colds especially, when you get sick, when somebody gets a bug, it's because a lot of times their body has something in it that your body is a host to this whatever bug's going around. So that's always why you always wonder why some people in the house get sick, some people don't. Maybe there's something in that person's body that needs to be detoxed, or it's an attractable host to that bacteria. So your body is it kind of attracting that bug or virus. So I always say too, a cold is a cure. That's one of the first things I learned in my naturopathic training. When you get sick, your body is releasing something that it needs to get rid of to keep you healthy. So just working with your body to get well by doing some of these natural things rather than suppressing it with medications. So just making sure you want to change your body terrain. That's the whole thing. And I work with people all the time with doing that. these are just some, some tips that, that I'm giving quickly in a video. But if you really want to change your body terrain, to stay well and not to be an, attractive host to some of these bugs or illnesses, then that's where I come in, and I help people change their body terrain to keep them healthy and well. So and just remember too, these recommendations, if you are very sick and if you're not well, please see your healthcare provider. I am not giving you medical advice here by telling you what to do. Just giving you some recommendations. If if you're sick at home, just some herbal things that you can do, and some just some herbal and naturopathic wisdom that I can share with you. But just know if you are sick and running a very high fever, then please seek medical care. This is not to take the place of that. But so anyway, just wanted to bring this video to you, and here we are, 20 minutes again. So I hope these tips have helped you to some things that you can do to stay, to do when you get sick. So if you have any questions, feel free to call or email me. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope you all stay healthy and well. Blessings to you. Goodbye.